Testing, testing, testing. Let's go ahead and get to this damn tier list, mate. Let me pull it up. Let me make sure my audio is good. And then I'll explain exactly what we're doing. All right. Let me go ahead and share this with my Discord and then we'll get started. Well, we're going to be doing ranking comic book characters based on how fire their stories are, how good of a character they are in terms of writing, instead of just, characters we blindly favor. I also have a video dropping today. I'm off work, so we will get that shit popping. I hope everyone's doing well, man. We're starting the streak today of either live streams or videos. The streak has officially started. But yeah, so we're going to go through these different comic book characters, and I am going to rank them based on how good I think their stories are, how good I think they're used in the comics. Let's get it. We're going to rank this ass tier at the bottom, okay? Ant-Man. We're going to start with Ant-Man first. If I don't feel so, this is how this is going to work, right? If I don't feel like, by the way, can you all hear me good? Live chat. Can you guys hear me well? Let me know. Um, if I don't feel like I can give a fair assessment of a character, like if I haven't read more than 5 to 10 stories on them faithfully, I'm probably not going to give my assessment of how good their stories are. But if I've generally been through a lot of their stories, we will go through it. Ant-Man. Okay, hear me out. Ant-Man doesn't have the craziest of stories, but if you really know ball, Ant-Man's responsible for a lot of shit. Let me like real shit. Like first person to slap his bitch in comics, Ant-Man. All right, let's call a spade a spade. Okay, no one was out here taking penitentiary chances before Ant-Man laced him up in the comic books. Okay, like that's a wild thing to historically be famous for. But he did that. Okay, Ultron. Everyone blames Iron Man. Granted, when you get into the modern times, and with the impact culturally of what the MCU did, people blame Iron Man for Ultron. Man's out here fucking the game up too. His scientist supreme story. He's had some fire shit on the low. When Blob came through, applying sauce to everybody, like he was pulling up and beat the shit out of Vision. Scarlet Witch was in trouble. They were getting active. Okay, that's a funny ass story. One came through with the pin particles and fucked his life up. Okay, for right now, Ant Man's at least a B. Ant Man actually has some fire stories. Okay, I'm not gonna let them rewrite history. He actually has some dope shit to his name. Is that Aqualad? I think that's Aqualad. Yeah, we good off that. We don't care about that. I don't read Aqualad. I watched him in a fucking show. I don't actually read Aqualad. So, yeah, that's not something I particularly care about. We're probably not going to rank Aqualad. Um, for Alan Scott, this is an interesting one. It's not that Alan Scott doesn't have good stories. It's just gun to your head. Name the 5 stories Alan Scott has you fuck with. You know, he is. I don't know. It doesn't move the needle for me when it comes to having great stories. Like when you tell, okay, I'm not gonna put him in ass tier because he doesn't have any stories where I specifically remember it was ass. I'm just saying, if you told me like, yo, Alan Scott's gonna be in this story, I'm not gonna be like, yo, for sure this story's gonna be fire. I'm more than likely gonna be like, what the fuck's going on? So, that's not an indicator stories are gonna be great. For right now, I have Alan Scott, B tier. If you guys disagree, let me know in the comments. For right now, B tier. Okay, maybe he'll go up, maybe he'll go down. Aqualad can't rank. Black Cat. I mean, it's a trifling bitch that like, well, she's just hoeing. I mean, it's nothing crazy. I think she's pretty standard. I don't. She's probably a little better than Alan Scott. Maybe, I don't know. She just provides like the hoe factor for Peter. That's it. There's not much depth to any storytelling with Black Cat. You know what? Matter of fact, we're not letting the hose off the hook. Past here. Black Cat has no stories with motion. The thing that makes her ass is every story I read, I just know it's her on hoe shit. So it depends on how much you like hoe shit in comics. For the 12-year-old boy, he's B tier. For the 12-year-old, for the young man that thinks this is like that tunes in for how she looks, I just committed an atrocity, a war crime, if you will. Okay, but in terms of, I guess I can't. I don't have any stories specifically that were ass, so I'll put her in D tier, bottom of D tier right now. But yeah, that's a tough one. Is that black? Okay, another victim of stories we don't care about. That's Black Lightning, right? Okay, tried to get into the show, just couldn't. Comics wise, kind of the same thing. I don't really care what Black Lightning's got going on. DC has a problem pushing these lower tier characters. I said it. However, I will give Lightning credit. Can't give any stories as of now off the top of my head that were particularly. So there is that. Next, we have the Black Panther. Okay. Let me move up here and let me decide what I'm doing with him. Okay. Um. Now, granted, not all his stories are great. Some of his stories are absolute ass. But I absolutely enjoyed Christopher Priest's Black Panther run. That omnibus was a whole lot of fun. Gotta give that credence. His rivalry with Namor, Black Panther versus Deadpool, his beef with Doom, obviously I just somewhat mentioned it. How he was handled and how he was implemented in Incursions was dope. Black Panther's got some bops, definitely more bops than Ant Man, in my opinion. At least A tier for now. I think I think Black Panther is someone who doesn't get enough. Like when Panther has a story dropping, typically the writer tries to lace him up and get active, right? Like they try to really do him justice. He's a character I feel like when he's used, a lot of people try to use him right. So I'm gonna give I'm gonna give him A tier for now, possibly S later. We'll see. Scarlet, Widow. Oh, okay. So Black Widow doesn't have as much juice as people think in the comics. Like she kind of gets shit on in crossovers all the time in comics, especially back in the day. Can't name any stories that were particularly asked, but she doesn't have any that's actually fire. Um, the one where she swings through this extra dimensional realm with Daredevil, and they like thought she was like a stripper. That was funny. But she didn't have any bops. She didn't have anything crazy. To tell the truth, MCU Black Widow's more interesting, more steez. So that's tough, but I'm gonna have to say D tier. The streets have spoken. All right, let's move on to Blade. This is an interesting conversation. Okay, right now I have Blade in C tier. Let me explain myself. Does Blade have any stories particularly better than the stories Ant Man's been in? Let me just throw this out here. Ant Man gave us Age of Ultron. Blade gave us Blood Hunt. What do you think was a better major event based on a character? For the actions of a character? Did Wesley Snipes Nostalgia aside, take away the aesthetics of Blade. But story wise, can he even go bop for bop with Ant Man? We got to talk about it. Streets need to know. Live chat. You got to come through. You got to say something. Blade fans, speak up. Ooh, the chat's not defending him right now. Chat is not defending Blade right. Blade might be fucked. Blade might be C tier. It might be time to say it, boys. You know, let's relabel this mid tier. Mid pass. Mid plus. Um, good. Hangers. All right. No, actually, we'll call this solid. Uh, um, good, consistent, and then bangers. Okay, here we got it. Age of Ultron is a Bendis story, so it's mid, low key based. Hold on, let him cook. Still, probably better than Blood Hunt. Blood Hunt did not do that well. Blue Marvel. Okay, right off the bat, I'm gonna say this right now. Blue Marvel has better stories than even Black Panther. Never read a bad Blue Marvel story. Never. Never. For reference, Shuri's fallen under the umbrella of Black Panther. I watched Daredevil walk up in her trap and beat her up. Okay, we're not going back and forth about that. Blue Marvel consistently has bops. Bangers? Are they all bangers, or does he have crazy amount of bangers? No. A consistent bops from Blue Marvel. Defenders Beyond was a fun ass story. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That was a great story. Got a little muty bitch right here. Is this Frankie? I don't know. That might be Frankie. Wait, I'm tripping. I'm not. You know what? Ain't gonna call me a fake fucking Marvel fan. I'm not even gonna risk it. Cable. Mid. We let him eat off once. Ooh. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. The cable one's kind of a nuanced conversation because some of the stories are really bad. Like you just don't even bother picking them up. And then some are really interesting. Like when he was used with Cosmic Ghost Rider. Um his beef with Apocalypse was always pretty fun. Strife was a cooler concept though. I'll probably put him Ant-Man tier. That balance of like stories you really don't care about. Blonde Green Guy's Brainiac 5, for real? Don't read enough to care then. Yeah, someone had asked, does Blue Marvel have enough good ones for a list? Yes. His solo run, his crossovers in the story with his son, as well as Defenders Beyond, I'd say definitely good enough to rate. Captain Adam, yes. No bangers. No bangers. Do we have any Captain Adam fans? We have our first ask here. Dude, when I see Captain Adams in the story, I just know it's not going to be good. Captain Adam does not have any bops. No bangers. No bangers to his name. You know what? I'm not even gonna let y'all make a case. I haven't read. Y'all said you like the concept. We're not here to talk about concepts. We're here to talk about who he is, okay? See, Monarch's an alternate version. Now, if we fall under the umbrella, if Monarch carries Captain Atom, because it's literally the complete opposite of Captain Atom, we move him up. He's the head of mid ass. Can't move him to mid though. That's a fair point. If we count Monarch, that is a banger. Everything else is ass. That's a banger. We'll move him to mid ass. Constantine. Okay. Okay. Let me explain my placement of John Constantine. Of course, I am considering both his regular DC runs and Vertigo, all that. Consistent. 100% will tell you if we're getting a John Constantine story, it's going to be pretty consistent with how he's written. If you like Constantine, you're more than likely picking up a random Constantine story. You're like, this is decent. This is pretty good. It's not bad. I fuck with him. But he doesn't really have bangers. His shit, when I pick up a Constantine comic, I'm not like, and it says Constantine's in it, I'm like, it's probably not going to be a banger. It's going to be pretty good. It's kind of like Dead, and we'll get to that, but it's kind of like the Deadpool thing, you know? Deadpool might have more bangers than Constantine. Calling a spade a spade. You can call me less educated if you want to. All right? This man can't even go home to London, okay? Locked out of his own hood. Shut the fuck up, Constantine fans. No bangers. Just consistent. He is consistent. Loved him in Justice League Dark. Like, would you say his stories are a whole tier above Blue Marvel and Panthers? Let's be honest. In terms of piquing your interest in a story based on how they've been written, they're probably the same tier. Like, if you tell me Blue Marvel's in the stories, I'm like, yeah, I'm a tune in. Same level of emphasis as a Constantine, based on how they're written. So that's my case for Constantine. Cyclops. All right. I've changed my mind on Cyclops over the years. Bangers. Bangers. Cyclops is always in the mix. Cyclops is always doing some shit. Like he's either getting cucked, cucking someone, he's got a new bitch, got a new crew, beefing with a new species, beefing with America, beefing with humans in general, beefing with races, beefing with Nazis, you name it, beefing with Inhumans, he's had fucking smoke. Beefing with his own people, all right, beefing with the X-Men, beefing with islands. Well, what's Cyclops not ran down on? What story has he not been? This is one of the few men that can walk down on the Fantastic Four, and I say Fantastic Four, and I only mean Ben Grimm because fuck the other three, okay? Scott Summers walked down on them and said, "Hey, your bitch ass son's coming with us if we want him to. All right. Matter of fact, tell little homie if he wants a real family, if he wants a real home, he can come through with us. And by the way, Sabretooth, the guy you're trying to put on a t-shirt, he's our problem, not yours. If you got a problem, I can activate my fucking visor real quick. Like if you really want to get down like that." And they didn't swing. Ben Grimm swung on Galactus. Cyclops has crazy motion. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. This is one of those characters I've completely done a 180 on in recent years. Scott Summers is him. Bangers. Etrigan. Ooh, this is a tough one. You know what? The young comic book reader in me, like when I first picked them up, wants me to say bangers. Can't say Etrigan's or Etrigan's always in bangers, okay? But he's consistent as fuck. Like when you tell me the demons in the mix, I get a little excited. Is he more interesting than Blue Marvel and Constantine? I don't. Probably Blue Marvel. Yeah, I'd put him just below Constantine. But this is a perfect example of what I mean by consistent. Would you say Constantine's a whole tier above Etrigan? That's all I'm saying. You know. Now Cyclops bangers, its own tier. That's basically every fucking X-Men story that matters. All right, that's hella bangers. All right, I'm pretty sure. Cat. Okay, let's confirm this because I'm a little racist when it comes to my speedsters. This is Wally, right? If this is Wally, pretty sure that's Wally. Bangers. Bangers. So let me explain this. When I used to hate on Flash hard, right? I drove the anti Flash bandwagon. And then I kept running into Wally fans. And they were like, fuck the rap shit. But particularly, fuck Barry Allen. We rep Wally. I'm like, damn. He must have some like major motion if they're specifically abandoning the character just to rep Wally. I haven't seen a bad Wally story, and I've seen him do some wild shit. His recent story is a banger. Like he's got some shit to him. Wally's got some fun ass stories. Definitely to me a lot more fun than Barry Allen. The Flash does have, some quote legendary stories that already makes it a safe pick. But particularly, I think Wally's got more bangers than Barry. I think he's a better stories, better written character. Gambit, Captain of Good. He's got a couple bangers to his name. Does have a couple. Wait, Goku, let me make you a moderator. But anyways, Gambit's got some bangers. He's got some bangers by association with the X Men. However, obviously, he's not always in the mix. I personally was a big fan of Gambit versus Deadpool. That run was fun as fuck. Go check it out. My video on it. You just look up Gambit versus Deadpool the beef. But I don't when I see Gambit, I'm not like, yeah, this is gonna be one of the best stories ever. It's just Gambit. It's just Gambit. I don't think he has enough bangers to put him up there with like a Black Panther, Blue Marvel, Etrigan, Constantine, or even in the next tier with like a Wally or a Cyclops in terms of storytelling. Gamora, welcome to mid. Oops, truth is being told. Truth is being told. What counts as good writing? Okay, shout out to GB. He's in the chat. GB, this is basically how I've been defining it. It's an accumulation of a couple things. One, personally, the best stories, like consistently good stories featuring the character, centered around the character, involving the character to a decent degree. And then I'm also factoring in my approach because of the history. AKA, when I see the story and you tell me this character's in it, what's my reaction? Am I like, story's gonna be ass? Story's gonna be decent? Story's gonna be a banger? They always take good character. I know when this character's in it, it's a pop. That's kind of how I'm defining this. Um, Gamora's kind of in the Blade situation. Aesthetically, on paper, unfortunately, the paper's not in the comic books. Gamora's motion's not that crazy. There's not many stories where she's great. MCU Gamora is unfortunately a little more interesting, in my opinion. Um, it's kind of the same situation with Blake. I do. Thanos stories aren't good enough to get you over the hump. I am so sorry. All right, Al Jordan, pretty consistent. Hal's pretty consistent. Bangers though? Cat bangers? Are we gonna go there? He's got a few bops. But when you pick up when you pick up a comic and they're like, "Yo, Hal Jordan's in it," are you like, "This is gonna be the best comic ever"? No, stop. I don't believe that. He's like the. I'm not gonna put him in the Barry Allen tier. He's probably like Barry Allen. Actually, no, 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 no. That's fair. Barry Allen does have a few bangers. It's just he also kind of sucks. GB said, "Where's Kamala Khan?" We haven't gotten there yet, my friend. Is this Sebastian Shaw? That's got to be Sebastian sassy ass. I'm pretty sure that's Sebastian. Where's Riri Williams? Hey, wait on it, pimpin'. We're almost there. If you're in the chat, you can hit my Cash App. Or oh, I forgot to link that shit. Oopsies. I'll link that shit in a second. You can hit my Cash App, or you can just donate on YouTube. I can also answer questions while I'm doing this. Hawkeye. Unfortunately, bruv, Hawkeye does not get above good. Okay, Matt Fraction run. I will say this: fun, fun. 100%. That was a dope run. It wasn't very serious. Like it was a very unserious run. But Hawkeye does not guarantee a good story. I have Hawkeye fans. I apologize, Jeremy Renner. You're a fucking demon. MCU Hawkeye was damn near perfect. In terms of a character. With that being said, I'm sorry. You're not getting above good. Hawkeye doesn't have more story motion than Apocalypse. Are you fucking kidding me? Who are we shooting arrows at today? All right. Oh, we're gonna be Ronin. Okay. I don't want to hate on Ronin. Ronan's kind of dope. But you get my point. Like he has versatility, but he's not getting above Gambit. Yeah, man, he ain't slap his bitch first. GB, we'll get to Daredevil soon. Okay, I'm going in. I didn't make this list. We're just going down by like who we see. Y'all want Daredevil next? Okay, hold on. Fuck y'all. We'll get to Daredevil right now. Hold on. Where's he at? Where's that blind bastard at? There he is. Oh, this is alphabetical order. Look at us coming together to figure this out. Ass tier. Let me explain. Oh my god, no, he's not ass tier. Hold on, I'm trying to. Hey mods, can y'all GB? Let me make you a managing mod. Can y'all pin my Cash App link that I linked? One of my mods. Can y'all handle that for me? Thank you. Daredevil. All seriousness. Above Wally. Bangers. Let me explain. Multiple, multiple bops. Daredevil has game-changing bops. Shadowland, they implied Shadowland was coming to MCU. I lost my fucking mind. Ask GB. I was like, oh my god, they just implied this shit. Daredevil? You tell me Big Murdoch is in the cut in the story? I'm like, okay, let's see what's tapped in. Are we fighting the devil today? Are we fighting one of the primordial sins? Are we beefing with Kingpin? Are we running down on Bullseye? What are we doing today? Like Daredevil be in the fucking cut, son. In the cut. And he's good across multiple platforms. MCU, regular, 616, Max Universe. He's sick. Like Daredevil's dope store. Bangers. Bangers. We had to put him in the banger category. Sebastian Shaw. Streets don't fail me now. Good. Like he's okay. He's actually a threat to consistent tier because Sebastian Shaw's a consistent asshole. When you tell me Shaw's in the mix, I know he's probably not fucking anybody up, but I know he's doing some asshole stuff. So I do have to say good. Like Shaw's solid as fuck, for real. Hold on. Iron Fist? Wait, what's this? Who's this iron bitch right here? I don't know who that is. We'll check that later. But Iron Fist. Okay. I'm going to have to be real with y'all. Unfortunately, Iron Fist would qualify as captain of the mid tier. I am a huge, huge Iron Fist fan. I love Iron Fist. Danny Rand's dope. But I will be the first to tell you I more so love the concept. The Seven Heavenly Cities arc was sick, banger. Besides that, guaranteed mid if Iron Fist is in the mix. Guaranteed, guaranteed mix. Like most people loved him more in the video games. Shout out to my guy Grapes in the chat, man, as always. I'm running a Yancey Street D&D tonight. Fuck with me if you want to. Y'all join my Discord and play. Iron Fist was the fourth most popular person in the tournament. That's what I'm saying, bro. Even in his own bangers, Iron Fist motion is lacking. He's kind of just there. Cobra dominated the scene immediately. It's like, come on, son. Can Danny get a bop where he's really that guy? Coolest thing he really did, if we're being honest, was when he was fighting Ragnarok. And they're like, yo, you're actually a beast. Run down on him. Iron Kid, ass. I don't give a fuck about Iron Kid. It's just pissing me off that he's here. Wait, that's not Riri, is it? I don't want to get canceled. I think that's just regular Iron Kid. Oh, forget, get this fake ass Stark out of here. Alright. We gotta have an honest conversation about Iron Man. Guys, there's been entire decades where I didn't really want to fuck with Iron Man stories. But he does have bangers. How do we feel? Oh, fuck. He has so many bangers, but he has so many mids. So many bangers, but so many mids. Y'all agree? Does he have enough bangers to overcome the mids? I'm gonna let you guys influence this. Does he have enough bangers to overcome the mid and put him in the banger tier? Let me ask you this, guys: Wally West or Iron Man? Who's a more guaranteed banger if you pick up the comics? That's what I'm saying. He does Mysterium. When he cussed out Odin, when he got drunk and yelled at Odin and was like, "Give me the sauce, Odin. Your chefs suck, Odin." Is Iron Man in the same tier of bangers as these three juggernauts at the top? Our Cosmic was a banger. You know, there's a lot of bops. Fuck it, Iron Man. Fuck it. With prep time, he's in bangers. I've been convinced. All right. Is that hold up? That Jean Grey? Is that Jean Grey? Hold up. Okay, let me explain this one. Bottom of consistent. Let me cook. Let me cook, okay? Let me cook. Jean's fucking carried by the Phoenix. I said it. As soon as you tell me Jean Grey's in the story, you know what's the first thing I'm gonna fucking ask you? Is the Phoenix in the story? Is this a story about the Phoenix? Because if not, I don't really care who Jean Grey's sleeping with in this issue. Okay? That's just real. I don't care if she has a headache. I don't. She's like Emma Frost levels of interesting when the Phoenix is not wilding. Hard carried by association. This is like the equivalent of if your gang, the gang you're a part of, made your whole persona, right? Like outside of the Phoenix gang, who cares? The reason I can't put her in good, someone just asked, why don't you put her in good? Is because she hangs out with Phoenix a lot. She's around the mutants a lot. Like, I can get that argument got her into consistent for me, GB. Like, that argument with Jean, though, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, if you say Jean Grey's in the story, I'm gonna ask for conditions surrounding her for it to be peak. Whereas if you tell me Daredevil's in it, I'm gonna be like, yeah. If you tell me Wally West's in it, I'm gonna be like, yeah. You tell me Cyclops is in it, I'm gonna be like, Cyclops is more interesting than her to me. And there is a just gonna say it. There is a little bit of story fatigue with Phoenix sometimes. I can understand an argument for hire. And like to be honest, in some of the runs where she's the big reason it's happening, let's say Wilding Out with Phoenix, she's not the most interesting part. Me. Almost never is. That's just me. Jessica Cruz. God bless you. Welcome to Ass Tier, bitch. Nah, GB, I appreciate your argument. I just I'd like to see your list. I'll link this after. I'd like to see your list. Um Jessica Cruz sucks, dude. Jessica Cruz sucks. Dude, Jessica Cruz sucks. Jessica Cruz is ass. Yes. Captain Ass Tier. The one where her ring got stepped on and suddenly they tried to make her relevant. I was like, this is ass. Get this bitch out of here. Who's this? Hold up. Oh, Katana? Ass. I can guarantee you, if you tell me Katana's in the story, I'm not tapping in. I don't care. I'm not locking in. I don't care. GB's made a solid case for Phoenix at the bottom of bangers. Just with the chaotic nature of Phoenix. See, I just said Phoenix, not even Jean Grey. But Katana? Fuck out of here. No one's like, bro, I've dude. Nah, let me tell y'all some real shit. I've been paid, and there's mods in here that have been around me for years. I've been paid and offered be paid to cover some crazy shit. I have. With that being said, no one's ever offered me money to do Katana. Katana's one of the few characters no one's remotely come close to requesting. No one cares. Sorry. Is that Kitty? Yeah, that's Kitty Pride. Hold on. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say an uncomfortable truth. Kitty's got back. I asked here just because I'm moving up, but dude, Kitty Pride's got bangers, and Kitty Pride used to throw slurs like it was nobody's business. You did not know what old school Kitty Pride was gonna say in a story. She would have random bangers too. Like she had this Halloween special back in the 70s and 80s when like she got ran down on by some kind of ghoul and she just had to hit the crossovers on that bitch. throughout the entirety of the mansion. Like she's in the mix. She's low key responsible for one of the only Chad Colossus moments. She's um she's in the mix for the most influential story of all time for X-Men, arguably. I want to hear what you guys say, but Days of Futures Past, they pushed the shit out of it. Like I think she's got bangers, bro. She's close. You know what? Does Constantine have more bangers than Kitty Pride? Yes, Kitty Pride used to drop the hard R like it was no one's business. She fought racism with racism. She's consistent though. Like she's consistent though. You tell me Kitty Pryde's in the mix, anything can happen. Al Rayner, uncomfortable truth. Kyle's better than Hal. Kyle's better than Hal in terms of stories. I don't even like Kyle. GB will tell you right here. Coco will tell you right here. Grapes will tell you right here. I don't like Kyle Rayner. But I'm not stupid. The writers take way more chances with Kyle Rayner. They gave him way more crazy stories. They'll fuck around, give him a random ring that they just made up for the sake of Kyle. They'll stuff his ex bitch in a freezer just to surprise us. Like he's always given crazy shit. He's given more to cook with than arguably any of the other Green Lanterns in terms of stories. Now that's kind of a testament to how much I don't care about Kyle that I still don't lock in, but if you tell me Kyle's getting a story, I'm gonna be like, I wonder what crazy shit they're giving him. Okay, okay. This is a tough one. This is a personal one. I can't put Luke in bangers. Okay, okay. Let me explain myself. Let me really let me talk to you guys. Luke Cage is one of my favorite characters. Okay, Luke Cage has some of the funniest moments in comics. When they used to write him back when they didn't give a shit about um any kinds of racism or like you thinking they were bad. He was comedy. Like, oh my god, Luke Cage gave it. I mean, the $200 Doctor Doom story is iconic on this channel. One of the few characters that can go in a story with Doctor Doom and hold its own. Well, with that being said, Luke Cage has some mid to his name, cuh. There's some rough stretches. Like, actually, he's here's the crazy part, right? Now, let me really talk to you guys. And I'm a Luke fan, but what like major arcs has Luke really caused that were great? You know, he's definitely a tier above Iron Fist though, and I love Danny, but he's a tier above at least. But Luke Cage, like, as entertaining as he is sometimes, the stories just don't do it. You know, Majik. Okay, I have something to say about this. Pretty probably unironically not above Blue Marvel. But Majik, she's interesting. Not enough bangers to be But okay, here's where we struggle, right? When you're like Majik's in the cut, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I want to see what's going down. Her as a character is interesting. But then you got to look at the products in the past. Sometimes she's been in the cut in the stories we don't care about to the point that a lot of fans don't care. She's got bangers, but she's got misses too. I gotta put her below Cable for sure. Gotta put her below Cable. Gotta put her below Cable. That's a tricky one though. She definitely makes you wish they gave her more. Namor, all right. Sorry, hold on. Give me a second. I'll probably fix this, but hold on, give me a second. It was so funny to put Namor in ass. So I'm sorry. Oh, I'm crying. Hold on. Namor, and I love Namor, dude. Namor's so funny. The amount of times he's told people he got their shit flooded or blown up for the love of the game. Oh, hold on. Let me move. Okay, let me adjust this. He's definitely above Iron Fist bitch ass. Namor sucks. I'm sorry. Where do we put Namor? Oh, I didn't mean to lose it this bad over Namor, but he sucks so bad, dude. Don't give a fuck what Atlantis that's going on. How are you least interesting than Aquaman? I gotta move him down. Where'd I put him? You ain't above Blade, baby. Oh, the god of mid has arrived. Oh, that was funny. Oh, Namor, you sweet child. Oh God, that was funny. I'm sorry. Let me get my composure. Namor's the goat of what? It's not good stories, I'll tell you that much. Oh man. Oh, I had real tears on that one. That was good. I needed that. I needed that, dude. Namor sucks. Namor stories suck. Nova. It's not as funny because I wish his stories were better. I love Nova, but God, his stories are mid. If it was Kid Nova, it's different. Kid Nova's legit different. But Nova, everybody loves Nova. Don't get me wrong, baby. Don't get me wrong, baby. There's like 3 or 4 comics we all fucking love for Nova. You just skipped the 400 other ones. That's my point. Is that fair? Is that fair, chat? You land 2 out of 400 punches, we're kind of going to look at you crazy, no matter how much we love you. I love Nova as a character, bro. I love him. But this is where we have that honest conversation about Marvel doesn't give him enough love. They don't give him the stories he deserves. Nova is in the mid category. Like Nova, I wouldn't say Annihilation's like better than the fucking Heavenly Cities are. Look, that's a testament to how dope his aesthetic and like background is. Like everybody loves Nova. It's just we can't tell you any good stories he's really been in. Oh, GB wants him an ass tier. I won't do it, cuh. Psylocke. Psylocke's definitely better than memes aside. Definitely better than this. Psylocke's probably got better stories than Nova. X Force went hard. She went hard in X Force. I'm sorry. She at least has enough bops for me to be like, all right, mid tier. She actually has like better stories than she should have. Who's this bitch? Who's this seismic looking bitch? Impulse? Ass. Yeah, that wouldn't count. That'd be at the low end. I think that's Quake. Yeah, no one. I don't know. Did I say impulse? My bad. Red Hood. Hold on. I'm about to cook. I want I want you guys to explain to me how Red Hood is above mid tier. How is Red Hood consistent? Consistent for what? Like, how is it? When has there been anything other than a mid Red Hood story? There's no way you think Red Hood's got like better stories than Blade. His drip goes hard. Fact. GB thinks he's in the worst tier. I don't know. Not the worst. Like, okay, spade a spade. If your best run's in New 52, pack it up. If I'm not allowed to say that was a good era, pack it up. Okay, Rocket Raccoon. Fun conversation. Rocket Raccoon's Red Hood with better PR. Let's be real, bro. Hard carried by MCU portrayal. Hard carried. I don't even hate Raccoon. Love Rocket Raccoon. No Rocket Raccoon story is moving the needle. Oh, this is Hope, GB? Yeah, I'd put her above Jean. Something's definitely blowing up if Hope's in the story. My bad, GB. I didn't recognize the picture. Oh, y'all want me to cook? No. Y'all want me to cook? Oh, no. Scarlet Witch fans, let's talk. Character carried by one moment. No more mutants. The fans can't tell you what they liked about that story besides her saying, no more mutants. Ask a Scarlet Witch fan, name another story they like. They can't tell you. If they name a story they do like, just ask them what they liked about what she did in the story. It's conversation is going to get uncomfortable, okay? Ass. Darkhold was not a good story because of Scarlet Witch. She did everything in her power to make me not like that story. Harried by Doctor Doom and Cathan in that story. Carried by Spider Man. Oh my god. If modern Spider Man, a Zeb Wells creation, is more fun in a story than you, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Give a fuck what Scarlet Witch has going on. Oh, dude, you don't like Scarlet Witch. You know how powerful she is? She said no more mutants. Notice how no Scarlet Witch ever tells you she had a good story. They don't ever tell you, like, dude, you gotta check this story out. Man, this story was so well written. I even brought that up. I was like, man, I told one of my homies who's writing her, I was like, I'm glad you got to take it over because now I'll actually read her. Maybe it'll be interesting now. Shang-Chi. Okay. This is where y'all find out I'm not biased. Shang-Chi's ass. I read Shang-Chi for months. And all it was racism and high kicks. Shang-Chi has zero motion, bro. Shang-Chi has zero motion when it comes to stories we're checking for, bro. Don't check on, dude. I read The Master of Kung Fu. Gas omnibuses. Like, people on my server will tell you, like, these omnibuses were big as fuck. Decades of Shang-Chi stories. All they did was drop slurs on them and scrap. There was nothing interesting about Shang-Chi. No stories you'll read where you're like, oh my god, this was amazing. Like, he's a fun character if you want to he's like those stupid action movies you watch. Like, he's one of those you legit watch and you're you're like, it's fun if you unplug your brain, but I'm not here for the story. Like, his dude, my boy Shang's ass. How much more we have? Oh, we have a shit ton more. Yeah, you know what? We'll turn this into a part two. I'll probably do part two tomorrow. We stopped at Shang-Chi. Let me go ahead and I'll save it. But yeah, up to Shang-Chi, this is what I have so far. Up to Shang-Chi in alphabetical order that I cook. Wait until we pick it up next time. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Spent about an hour with you guys. I got a video coming today as well. But yeah, anyways, it's been your boy, Dr. Splash. And remember, it's Yancey Street, bitches.